So normally you will be asked to find average for a set of data. Sometimes a set of data's average will be given and you will be asked to find an average when one term is added to it. So adding of one term. So we will see this working by a simple example. Say in a group of 11 boys, average in science is 62. A new boy joins with them and then the average is increased by 1. So what is the mark obtained by the new boy? So we will see the working. So in a group of 11 boys, average is 62 in this science subject. So this x bar 11 mentions it is average of 11 students, which is equal to 62. So now when one boy is added, number of terms becomes 12. So now for this 12 boys, 12 students, average as it increases by 1, average becomes 62 plus 1, 63. So we are asked to find the 12th term which was added. So to find the 12th term, we find sum of 12 terms and then from that subtract sum of 11 terms. So sigma x12 represents sum of 12 terms minus sigma x11. So which is sum of 11 terms. So sum of 12 terms is got by multiplying the average with number of terms. So 12 into the new average 63 will give you sum of 12 terms minus, so to get sum of 11 terms, number of terms into their average. So when you multiply these two terms and subtract, you get the 12th term. Now we will see, instead of multiplying, how to reduce the working. So here we have 11 term. So we will write this 12 also as 11 plus 1. So 12 is splitted as 1 plus 11 into 63 minus 11 into 62. So now expanding this, so we have got 63 plus 11 into 63 minus 11 into 62. So instead of multiplying and subtracting, as we are multiplying the 63 and 62 with the same number 11, you can subtract and multiply, which will become still more easier. So taking this 11 common between these two terms, so 63 minus 62 is 1. So now multiplying this 11 and 1 and adding with 63, so you get the 12th term as 74. Now to find this 12th term, so instead of doing all this working, so just by a mere shortcut, you can find this value. Here when you see this working, it ends up with 63 plus 11 into 1. So where 63 is the new average and 11 is number of terms present earlier and 1 is change in average. So now instead of doing all this working, so I will give you a shortcut to work this out. So here we have included one term and you are asked to find that term. So this included term new average plus, so as you are adding one term, with this new average we add the next term. Plus number of terms present earlier so into plus or minus the change in average. So when the average increases, we take plus sign, and suppose when the new average is less than the given one, we take the minus sign. So instead of doing all this working, so included term can be found by mere adding this new average plus number of terms present earlier into plus or minus change in average. So when you are adding a term, you note that you have to add this expression. So in our question, new average is 63. So as you are adding one term, we take plus. And number of terms present earlier was 11. So you take 11 here. And because of this addition of this 12th term, average increased by 1. So change in average will be plus 1. So now new average plus number of terms into change in average is 11. So which is equal to 74. So now avoiding all this working, you can find the included term by just adding this new average plus number of terms present earlier into change in average. So whenever you are including a term, so you remember that you have to add this expression. So now we'll see the shortcut. So and the shortcut is included term equal to new average. So as we are adding, it is plus here, new average plus number of terms present earlier into plus or minus change in average. So we'll see the next concept.